I'm not taking you.
Then I guess you'll stay attached to the wall.
What is this, some kind of come on? What happened to the supposed love of your life?
I will stoop to almost any level to get off this island without having to marry my mother's hand-picked son-in-law. Help me get out of here and I will give you anything you want. Get away from me.
There's no reason restraining ourselves. Allie, you bit my lip.
You get those lips near me again, and I swear I will bite them off!
Come bite me again, my heathen princess. Nothing excites me like the call of the wild. It's time I mean it! I want you out now!
Fortunately, Michael and Morgan are at their father's. I couldn't ask a child to leave in the middle of the night. I'll have the rest of your things sent to Sonny's or wherever it is you're going.
Be sure about this, Lorenzo.
I don't want you in this house or in my life.
Well, it's a little late, considering we're married.
We were at cross purposes. I wanted a future together. You wanted a way to get Sonny's attention.
When we were in the barn, we were laying down, remember that? And, I asked you not to betray me. You promised you wouldn't. Even that was a lie.
I kept a secret. There's a difference.
Not to me. You've got nothing I want.
That's right. You're in love with Sam, wasn't it? She's obviously more cooperative than I am, considering my mother intends to marry her off to Andrew in my place.
You know what I need? I need information. How much of this island is bordered by beaches? Are there cliffs? Are there woods? How much is the perimeter actually patrolled by guards? That's what I need.
Now, why should I tell you anything? So you and Sam can escape and leave me to deal with my mother? We're getting off this island together, or you're not leaving at all.
Suit yourself.
You need to change your attitude. After all, I've got the only thing you can use as a key. No animal passion until the wedding night, please.
You don't have to guard your virtue any longer, Allie. Vittorio has thoroughly debauched you. You bit my lip because you want me, and I assure you the feeling is mutual.
Andrew, what are you doing? Do you save something for the wedding night?
You're interrupting me.
Well, not a moment too soon. My daughter and I have wedding plans to discuss. If you'll excuse us, please.
Clearly, I have no choice. Until our wedding.
You are no grieving mother. You are either a manipulative con artist or a cold-hearted reptile. Which is it? And don't try to lie to me, because I've had a lifetime of experience with both.
This is Detective Beaudry with the PCPD. I'm following up on a possible Rohypnol victim, Maxie Jones. They're sure she's gonna be okay. What room number? Thanks.
My sister's gonna be okay, right?
She's being admitted for observation, but the nurse says she should be fine.
Thank God, she was so out of it.
I think we should get to the hospital now.
Wait, I have a few more questions first. Did you see any strangers talking to Maxie?
No one in particular. But, you know, Maxie was kind of in a mood, so she probably was talking to people she doesn't know.
What does that mean, a mood?
Oh, come on, you saw her. You know, when she gets upset or hurt. She gets a little reckless.
Was she drinking?
Just soda.
You filled her order.
Yeah. But I put it on a tray. It was really busy here tonight. I mean, there's a lot going on.
Did you leave the drink tray unattended?
Dude, don't ask her that like she's a nurse who left a patient alone in the ICU. She was doing 15 things at once. On top of that, Maxie was already on overdrive.
I'm not accusing anyone. I'm just trying to find when and how Maxie got drugged. When you left the tray, was anyone standing close by?
Just Lucas.
Whoa, hey, don't everybody look at me.
I thought Charlotte was dead, but it turns out all this time she's been waiting to steal my life.
So why aren't you relieved? You have nothing to feel guilty about anymore. Maybe you can start driving now.
Was that supposed to be some kind of joke?
Nothing about this is remotely funny.
I was right, Lorenzo, about Reese Marshall. She's been out to get me all along.
What has Reese done to really hurt you, Carly? Slept with Sonny? What's wrong with that? You're married to me.
She lied about everything.
Well, obviously you have that in common.
And what about all your lies? Lorenzo, I don't even know where to start.
You could start with the day you asked me to marry you. I warned you not to use me to get back at Sonny, and you swore to me that you were ready to move on. I knew better. But I couldn't help myself. Because I had loved you for so long, Carly, that I believed that there was a chance we could be happy. You know what? This is my fault. I let my heart lead me to a place where I knew I shouldn't go. And now the only way to make things right is to end it.
Does it matter that I love you?
Oh, for God's sakes, will you stop lying?
I've known about you for years. Charlotte Roberts. Your family was part of a beach club. You used to invite Carly as your guest, and you let her ride your horse. Was it Cinnamon? Name of your horse, right? Cinnamon? Yeah. She used to take the bus to Kennedy because she wanted to be in the same high school with you. See, I remember everything, right? I just don't remember your real name, Charlotte. She used to call you Carly.
She stole my nickname.
Why didn't you say so when on the terrace? When you showed me your badge, why didn't you tell me who you were, that you knew Carly?
Are you serious?
Well,
You seriously expect me to interrupt a kidnapping investigation and tell you, hey, I'm Charlotte Roberts, I'm not dead like Carly thinks I am?
yes.
Come on, that's completely ridiculous.
No, and the reason that you didn't is because you didn't want to get pulled off the kidnapping case. You see? That was your way in. You wanted to play on my fear and eventually my gratitude. You knew exactly how to push Carly's buttons because you knew which ones to push. The worse she acted, the better you looked until you got exactly what you wanted. Her husband in your bed. Payback for Carly sleeping with your friend. You know what? There's some sick, I've seen some sick things in my life, but this has got to be one of the sickest.
I can't believe how deliberately cruel you are.
No. Just tell the truth, you know? I know what it's like to have your family blown apart. You try to cover the scars and you think everything's all right. Years go by, you know, you think everything's fine. All of a sudden something happens. And then you see your whole world just shatter into a million pieces, and you want to do everything you can to end the pain, and you come up with a plan, and that's what you did. You wanted to take everything Carly loves, starting with me.
Are you kidding me? I came here because I was a part of this kidnapping investigation. I stayed because I wanted to find your children, and I stayed after that because I cared about you. Sonny, it wasn't about me taking something that belonged to Carly. I wanted you for you. I wanted you for you, Sonny.
Do not lie to me. Don't lie to me.
I'm in love with you, Sonny. And I know that you feel something for me or you wouldn't be acting this way. So now it's time for you to tell the truth here, okay? Can you honestly look in my eyes and tell me that you don't love me? My mother left when I was 3. My father was a grifter. He used me in every con he could think of, so believe me, I know your type.
I can't imagine what would have driven her to abandon you.
I was excess baggage, okay? I spent years looking for her. When I finally found her, she didn't want to have anything to do with me.
Poor thing. You must have been devastated.
Oh, come on. Please, do not act sympathetic. I hate when heartless monsters pretend to feel.
I'm not pretending.
I know all about con artists. And I know all about callous, unfeeling mothers. You probably neglected Allie when she was alive, and it's obvious you could not care less that she's dead.
All right, it's true. I'm not a grieving mother. My daughter Alicia is still alive.
Get me out of these cuffs.
After we negotiate. If you supply the muscle to fend off Dante and his crew, then I will help you and your girlfriend Sam get off the
I can
island.
get away from here without you.
The way it works is you're supposed to agree to help me and then double-cross me, but the fact that you didn't makes me think that I could actually trust you.
Well, you know what? I don't want your trust. I don't want anything from you. I don't want you slowing us down.
And what makes you assume I would?
Because you don't have the guts to stand up to your own mother.
Did you touch Maxie's drink?
Not that I remember. But if you seriously think that I drugged my cousin, feel free to search me.
Lucas, nobody is saying that.
Well,
Are they?
If you'll voluntarily submit to a search, I'm gonna have one of the officers check you.
Go for it.
Criswell, check this guy's pockets.
Not to criticize your detective work or anything, but Lucas is just about the last person on the planet to drug Maxie.
I'm sure you're right. In this way, he's eliminated as a suspect. Now, we want to find out who did this to Maxie, right?
Of course.
So think carefully. I know there are a lot of people around, but was anybody especially focused on Maxie?
Just you. And you know, by the way, the reason why Maxie was so out of control before she even got drugged is because you hurt her feelings.
I'm gonna give you a ride. I don't feel good.
Brooke, I thought you left.
Look, where did you go? Where did you go?
I don't know.
Did you drink anything?
I don't know. I guess so. I don't. Did I leave? Did I leave? Did I leave? Brooke, look at me. Look at me. Everything's gonna be okay. Guys, I don't know where I went. I don't know what happened.
You know, I could almost be flattered that you're fighting to stay with me. If I didn't know it was about keeping up appearances for Sonny.
You're wrong.
You targeted Reese to get back at Sonny. You know, that's so sad. But you know what? Ultimately, it's your choice, Carly.
I chose you.
I asked you not to lie.
It's not a lie.
You're fond of me. We're good in bed. That's not love, Carly. Love transforms you. It can sustain or destroy you. That's what you feel for Sonny. That's how you've always felt. So just admit
Okay,
it.
you're right. Yes, you're right. I love Sonny.
Love you. I don't even know you.
Yes, you do.
No.
Charlotte Roberts died at 17 in a car crash. I am Reese Marshall. I'm the woman who found your children, the woman you asked to move in with you.
I'm sorry. You need to go.
No, I need to make you understand.
No, I tell you, what is there to understand? You either believe you're two different people, which means you would need, you know, psychiatric help, or you convince yourself you can put your past in a box and not look at it, which is not crazy, but it's not healthy.
I deny taking you to bed out of revenge, and all of a sudden now I'm some sort of crazy stalker.
Okay, if this were a case, what would you call it? A file in front of you instead of your life?
Files can be misleading, Sonny. I know that more than anybody else. On paper, you are a ruthless criminal. Your women are trophies. Your children are possessions. That's not who you are. Just like I'm not some nutcase who's fixated on you because you were married to Carly.
Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Whether you're deluded or it was just bad judgment. I cannot be with a woman who's lied about who she was.
And you never lied to me.
In business, look, I lie all the time. In a relationship, it's been years since I've lied. Lies destroy people. Sometimes they kill. I cannot do it.
Okay. So what about Carly? How many times did you forgive Carly?
It's my wife. She's been... She's been through hell and back with me. She's the mother of my children. She lied, and we're still not together. You need to leave.
You know, for a really smart, sophisticated man, you can be very, very childlike. Black, white, good, bad, truth, lies. I never hurt you, Sonny. I just couldn't find the right time to tell you something that shouldn't matter anyway.
I asked you to leave.
And I asked you to listen. Well, at least one of us is gonna get what we want.
Hey, how's Maxie?
Sleeping.
And the doctors told me she's gonna be okay.
Yeah, no thanks to you.
What question everybody?
The pizza shack. What were you thinking bringing Maxie into your investigation?
I didn't bring her into
She has a heart condition. She almost died 2 months ago.
Matt,
and you're using her as...
Stop blaming Jesse.
Maxie, you need to rest. All right? We'll finish this at the station.
You know, when you write your report, you should be sure to mention that Jesse did everything he could to stop me from going to the pizza shack. He didn't use me for his investigation. He did everything he could to chase me away from it.
Why didn't you listen? Why did you stay in a place that you were warned was dangerous?
I made a mistake.
You keep doing that, Maxie. You know, taking reckless, stupid chances. Why do you think your mother and I are so worried
You know
about
what? You're right, Dad. I raised my hand and volunteered to get drugged and embarrass myself in front of all my friends, have to come to the hospital to get my stomach pumped.
Max.
Do you know how badly you scared your mother? Maxie, you are a bright girl. All right? You have your whole future in front of you. Try acting responsibly for a change.
I know he loves me. And I love him too. It's just, Matt can be so unfair sometimes.
She's just worried about you.
Yeah, that doesn't make it okay for him to accuse me of being irresponsible. Even if it is true.
You stayed when I told you to leave. Doesn't exactly qualify as reckless behavior.
You know what? You should go tell Mac that.
I hope you learn a valuable lesson about doing what I tell you.
Newsflash. I don't do what anyone tells me.
Well, you need to start. Couldn't take it if something happened to you.
Oh, I'm not worried. I have my own personal undercover cop to protect me.
They're bringing Brooke up from the ER right now.
Did they give her a complete exam?
Not yet.
Hey, Brooke, how you feeling?
I've been better.
Okay, I need to ask you a few questions.
Well, Jessie already asked, and she doesn't know anything, so...
Well, sometimes it helps to go over it again.
I was at the pizza shack, and Maxie was there. She was putting on a big show. I got sick of it, and so I wanted to go home, and I left, but that's all I remember.
Did you have anything to drink?
Yeah, soda.
Brooke, we're going to take you to your room now. We have some tests we have to run.
Wait. Tests? Lucky she just had her stomach pumped. What other tests could they have to run?
Brooke needs to be tested for evidence of sexual assault.
I never pretended not to love Sonny.
Oh, you only pretended to want a future with me.
I do want it.
Why? When this is all there will ever be. You chasing after Sonny, me confronting you about it, you denying, then confessing, and ultimately telling me that this is the last time. Carly, this is the last time.
What if I'm not ready to give up?
I am. I have to be. My brother is dead. He lost his mind over a woman. I'm not going to let that happen to me. He was in love with her. She was using him for a place to hide. Does that sound familiar to you, Carly? Love gets twisted around into obsession and ultimately led him to madness. I am not going to let that happen to me.
You're saying that I drive you crazy.
Look at everything I've done to have you. Are those the actions of a rational man? True. You made me feel when I had forgotten how. And you gave me a good life. A life worth living for something other than the family business. I feel so deeply in love with you. But if I don't get out now, I am going to turn into someone I don't want to be.
You knew I wasn't perfect, and you said you'd love me anyway.
All I know is we are never going to be happy.
Lorenzo, wait, don't do this. Lorenzo!
Add up the numbers and then call me back. Okay, hey, how was the carnival?
It was great. I obviously won a poster.
Yeah? All right.
I won a game.
Yes.
And Aunt Courtney won a stuffed rhino for Morgan.
Whoa, so you played games, you didn't go on any rides?
Oh, no. We went on the bungee plunge so many times, I lost count, right? Right? We had to stop before I threw up.
So, did you get enough, or do you want me to send you back with Max?
Well, can't you take me?
Too scared.
You're scared.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's a bungee jumping with a cage and the whole thing. Forget that. So, you want to eat tonight, or did you eat a lot of junk food at the carnival?
I'm not hungry. But aren't you and Reese gonna have dinner?
No, Reese and I are not going to be seeing each other anymore.
She's not moving in?
No, that's not going to happen. I didn't know Reese as well as I thought I did.
Thank you. Are you sad?
Am I sad? Yeah, I'm a little sad, okay? But it's all right, because your dad's going to be all right. Why don't you go upstairs, okay, and give that stuffed animal to Morgan and have Letitia make you a spinach salad, because I know you need to eat some greens.
Well, I did have a sour apple snow cone, which is green.
You know that doesn't count, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to.
Go.
Hey, Morgan! Have some for you.
Thanks for taking him to the carnival.
It's my pleasure.
He seems to be happier. With the whole AJ thing.
Yeah? Well, what about you? Does your whole disagreement with Reese have anything
There wasn't a
to do?
disagreement. Reese is just out of my life.
Outside.
The worst part is that for a couple minutes, I actually thought he could forgive me.
If your daughter, Allie, is alive, why do you need me?
Because the sorry fact is, without a doting father or a devoted husband or a fortune to cushion the blows, a sensitive woman is a walking invitation to users. And my Alicia is particularly vulnerable. I made the mistake of overprotecting her, and now she is completely incapable of fending for herself.
Well, then why don't you just let her marry the man she loves?
Because Vittorio is a spineless weakling, not to mention parasitically poor. He intends to use and discard poor Alicia, and she is too naive to realize it.
So you're trying to protect her in your own slightly demented way.
Look, you were not fortunate enough to have a devoted mother, but think for a minute for the kind of mother you would like to become. Wouldn't you do everything possible to assure a future for the daughter that you dearly love? That's all I'm trying to do for Alicia. I'm trying to shield her from life's harsher realities by marrying her to Andrew for a couple of days.
And a couple of nights.
I know you've led a difficult life, which is why you know the pitfalls for an innocent girl. If you could just find it in your heart to consummate this marriage, you and my daughter will be set for life.
All right, wait a minute. Let me get this straight, okay? You want me to sleep with Andrew, who thinks he's sleeping with Allie, and then we're all gonna split this divorce settlement?
I'm not well. I don't have long to live. And I can't bear the thought of leaving Alicia adrift and alone. Won't you at least consider my proposal?
Okay. But first, you've got to do something for me.
Part of me always knew this was coming, Rick. The closer Sonny and I got, the more I felt this thing hanging over my head. So now it's like almost a relief that it's out in the open. There's nothing else to be afraid of.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, I'm not going to tell him or anybody else about the night that we spent together.
I'd like... Look, I admit freely to being self-serving and even manipulative at times, but I'm interested in more than covering my own butt here, okay? You put yourself out there and you got your heart stomped on. And my pig-headed, stubborn brother just cannot see that you do make him happy.
Oh. I told Sonny the truth, and he broke up with me, and I betrayed him. Like, I think every guy would probably have done the same thing.
Really, I think for a woman like you, I try to find a way to get over it. And if Sonny doesn't, then he's a fool. Yeah.
So, anyway, she changed her name to Reese Marshall, joined the FBI, found out her old friend Caroline was calling herself Carly.
Oh, does Carly know that Reese is really Charlotte Roberts?
She came in to warn me right after Reese had already told me.
Well, do you think that Reese was just doing damage control? I ain't trying to tell you before Carly could.
And it doesn't matter.
If Reese was telling you the truth because she wants an honest relationship...
Reese and I don't have a relationship.
I'm not telling you to get back together.
No, I understand. I'm glad you're not.
But, you know, you do have to be realistic. You know, if telling the truth means that you're going to lose the person you love, and keeping a secret means that you stay together, well, I don't know. I mean, most people will keep the secret. And it doesn't necessarily make them a bad person or really even dishonest. It's just they love the person so much they don't want to risk losing them. Maybe that's how Reese feels about you.
I promise to name my first child after you.
Yeah, don't bother.
Jason, if it's a boy, and Azure, if it's a girl.
Whatever.
Because of your eyes. They are a remarkable shade of blue. Time to go.
Thank God you're all right. I've been so worried.
Okay, listen to me. There's a letter opener in the desk upstairs. I want you to grab it, hold it to Allegra's neck, and get her down here.
And then what?
I'll get us out of this hellhole. Total numbers for the last the last 2 years, right? Same period, and send them back to my house.
Trouble with one of your casinos?
Well, you know, it's a cash business, so money usually ends up in wrong pockets.
How are you going to deal with that, right?
Then why'd you bring it up?
Well, I was just testing the waters, you know. Kind of want to see what Sonny I'm dealing with, because I got to tell you, the one I see right there, I don't much like.
Can you run that by me again?
Well, you know, you're no fun when you're angry, big brother, but at least you're human. You know, your faults are out there for the entire world to see. But when you're like this, you know, when you're ice cold, Sonny, you know, untouchable, in every sense of the word, you don't want to feel because it clouds your judgment, right? So you're going to cut your losses just like you did with Reese.
Reese? Oh, you mean Charlotte Roberts?
She hasn't used that name since she was 17.
When'd you find out? Couldn't have been in the last hour, because otherwise you'd come in here swearing that you didn't.
Yeah, I knew.
For how long, Rick? The night you killed her husband, he told you.
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me, Rick? Boy, Jason's gonna love to know that he was right. You and Reese are really hiding something.
How was the carnival?
Michael had so much fun.
Oh, good. I'm glad someone's having a good day.
Yeah, I heard about Reese.
Yeah.
Or should I say Charlotte?
Can you believe the way Sonny was defending her?
Well, that's not the impression that I got.
No, you weren't there. Sonny took her side against me. And then I went home. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I went to Lorenzo's house and found out that he's divorcing me.
Carly, I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Hey, yeah, I'm sorry that it's happening while you're already hurting. I mean, come on. But look, even if I didn't have any personal reasons to dislike Lorenzo, I knew it couldn't last, Carly. You're still in love with Sonny.
It's possible to love two men at once, you know.
Yeah, actually, I do know. But I also know that you can only be with one man. All right, look, Carly, if you want your marriage to last, you have to stay with your husband. You can't be running around at all hours looking for the other man.
Yeah, you know what? It's really easy for you to sit there and give me advice when you have no idea what it feels like to have your life falling apart, to feel like you're losing everything.
Ask me sometime. You might be surprised.
Wait, all right,
No,
Courtney.
Carly, I don't want to make things worse by fighting with you, okay? I'm gonna go say goodbye to my dad. I will call you tomorrow.
Oh, perfect.
How soon will they know anything?
I'll be notified as soon as the tests come back.
Well, Georgie went to go. Hey,
She's fine. She wasn't raped.
Was there any indication of a struggle?
No, there was no, bruising, but there was no indication of a fight at all.
Has she remembered anything else?
No. She remembers leaving the pizza shack, but she doesn't remember where she went or even how she got back.
Well, that's good. Maybe she just wandered around for a while without actually coming into contact with
Somebody drugged Brooklyn's drink for a reason. If it wasn't to rape her, what was it?
Did you enjoy your visit with your girlfriend?
Yeah, I did, and we're getting out of here.
How are you going to manage that?
Well, first, Sam will handle your mother.
I hate to disillusion you, but nobody handles my mother.
We will.
My mother is manipulative, not to mention lethal. You have just sent your girlfriend into the fangs of a snake.
I'm returning your necklace, and I brought you some things to wear. One should always dress for special occasions, especially the ones involving stress.
I don't get it.
Well, elegant clothing and accessories, jewelry, makeup. These are all a woman's greatest weapons. The equivalent of bayonets and spears. It's primitive, but surprisingly useful.
I would just like my necklace back, please.
Oh, of course. Why don't you try some of these on before you put your necklace back on? I have one here that was Alicia's favorite. I think it would look lovely on you.
That is beautiful. I like it. Very nice.
Go ahead. Stick the blade through my heart. But before you do, will you promise me one thing? Promise me that you'll protect my darling Alicia.
I heard all Reese's lies, so let's just go ahead. What are yours?
Look, I never saw Reese do a single thing to hurt you. On the contrary, I saw her jump through hoops of fire in order to help you, and Michael, for that matter, and Jason. But of course, you know, he thinks of her as a piece of dirt.
Well, you got to hand it to Jason. He knows how to spot a liar.
Right. And if Jason would have known the truth, he would have told you, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, as opposed to me, who's not loyal, like him.
Well, I guess you could say that, Rick.
Or maybe Jason's just devoid of empathy, Sonny, okay? He's incapable of seeing that circumstances change and that decisions that were made with the best of intentions can turn out to be mistakes in retrospect.
Can you use smaller words?
Oh, will you cut it out? Don't play ignorant. You're a smarter man than that. All right? Reese came here to solve the kidnapping. You didn't need to know the ins and outs of her personal life. And when the two of you did become romantically involved, it was too late for her to tell you the truth.
Why are you fighting so hard for
Because
Reese?
I happen to have empathy, Sonny. Did you forget that I didn't tell you that I was your brother when I first came to town? For obvious reasons? Because I thought it was the right decision to make? But then circumstances changed. Okay, look, it's not a perfect parallel. All I'm saying is there were enough similarities for me to understand why Reese made the decisions that she made. And yes, when she asked me to keep my mouth shut, I agreed. I have a lot of faults, Sonny, okay? But I'd like to think that I'm not a hypocrite.
What do you call it? When you swear you can trust your brother and then he lies to you about the woman you're sleeping with. But it's not really a lie. It's a secret. But, you know, big words. It's all about, you know, words with lawyers. So I'm just going to ask you straight up. What other secrets are you and Reese keeping from me?
Congratulations, Charlotte. You got what you came for. My life.
Not even close, Caroline. Sonny broke up with me, so now you can celebrate, all right? You finally got what you wanted.
No, not this.
You want me? Come and get me.